Hi everybody, hope you're all well. So let's jump straight into it. So I have a Aquarious 1100 Hotpoint washing machine, and looking on the inside of the door, we actually purchased this many years ago, 5th of November 1999, and it's now March 2022. So what's that, 23 years old? So basically about a week ago we noticed that when we put the clothes in, put the ball with the washing detergent liquid inside the machine as well, close the door, hit go, we'd walk away, come back an hour or so later, and we noticed that the clothing hadn't been washed, the detergent was still on the clothes, and what's more, there was a lot of water in the bottom of the machine. So basically I thought that the filter had been blocked. Sometimes the filter's at the front of the machine or at the back of the machine. In my case it's at the back of the machine. So I basically thought the filter was blocked, so it wasn't getting rid of the water from the machine, so the machine would go, I can't work anymore, and it just shut down. So that's what I thought the issue was. So what I did, I pulled the machine out, having switched the electrics off, and I was going to have a look at the filter and just clean it, get rid of whatever was in there. And then to my amazement, I saw bits of belt. This is the new replacement belt, which we're going to replace very shortly. Bits of this belt on the bottom of the machine once I'd taken one of the inspection panels off. So basically this belt had failed, and the motor that drives the belt and the drum had failed, so the drum actually wasn't spinning, so the machine would go through its process and the drum wasn't turning, or if it was turning, it was slipping on the belt, which was in the process of failing. So if you've got some issues with water in your washing machine and the clothing's wet and the drum isn't turning, you notice that's not turning, it may just be a simple fact that you need to replace the drive belt located at the rear of the machine, which drives the drum, and I'll put the costings of it down below in the description box. And I purchased this from eSpares, ordered it last week, came down in about 3 to 4 days. I've used them before. Another video up here somewhere, my Hotpoint tumble dryer, it developed a real bad screeching noise, and it was unbearable from the back of the machine, and basically the rear bearing had failed, and that was a very cheap fix. Again, saved myself upwards of £50 on an engineer's call out. So yeah, have a look at that video if you've got that problem. But these have all happened sort of within a month and a half, 2 months of each other. So hey ho, that's the way it goes sometimes, isn't it? So this video, I'm just going to show you how to replace the drive belt of this, my Hotpoint Aquarious 1100, but I'm sure it's pretty much similar to all the other washing machines out there. So if that's something you're interested and you've got the problems that I've had, stick around and I'll show you how to put this on this. So a couple of things first, folks. Depending on how much water you've got in there, you just might want to just get a cup and scoop the water out. But I've got about 2 inches of water in there. Have a listen. Yeah, 2 inches of water in there. So I'm happy just to leave that in there. But most importantly, though, you want to make sure that the plug is disconnected, pulled out from the socket before we do anything. So I've disconnected the plug from the socket. So what I need to do is just open the door. I'm just going to leave the door open just to get a little bit of leverage, and then just slide the machine out. What you need to do as you slide the machine out, just make sure, bring it out slowly, that you're not going to snag any cables or pull anything out the back of the machine, which might give you a few problems down the road. So yeah, just pull it out slowly and carefully. You want to pull it out slowly so you know that you're not going to snag anything behind. Have a quick look to make sure you're not going to pull on any of the cables, certainly the pipes as well. And just spin it around to give you access to the rear of the machine. So I'm quite happy with the back of the machine because I've taken this out many times before to clean at the back here. But obviously you've got the cold and hot water feed. In my case, I've only got a cold water feed. So if you're a bit unsure as to what you're going to pull out the back of the machine, you can always just turn the cold water feed off to the machine, which is normally located under the sink, but I'm not going to do that because I know what's behind the machine, so I'm quite happy to leave that feed on. So we're at the back of the machine now, so I've got a star-headed screwdriver. I've already taken this off several times over the years, so you just need to remove the top plate, and obviously bearing in mind we've already disconnected electricity, so there's no chance of a shock or similar. So we just need to take the top plate off, whatever you want to call it. That comes off fairly easily. So that just exposes the top of the machine. Folks, you've got to be very careful with the back paneling. It can be quite sharp, so I am aware of what's going on around here. I've done it a few times before, taking things off, but you can quite easily cut yourself. So maybe put a long-sleeved shirt on or something similar, as yeah, you don't want to sort of cut yourself at all. So what we need to do is I need to take this bottom inspection panel off, and then just take the rear wheel inspection panel off, and this will show you the wheel which drives the drum, for want of a better word. So I've taken these off, as I said, a few times before, so I have lost some of the screws, so I suggest you keep the screws somewhere safe. I would say all in all this should be I'm going to say a 20-minute job, but you're going to save yourself a few quid. I'm sure there's some other videos on the internet about it. But yeah, save yourself 50 quid. So I reckon I've saved about £100 repairing the bearing of my Hotpoint tumble dryer, and also this now. So yeah, be very careful with the metals on here, folks, because they are quite sharp, so you could cause yourself a little bit of injury. So when I did have a look at it last week, obviously we're a week into the problem, waiting for the spares to come down. When I did take the panel off, this is what I found, is the old belt, and as you can see here, it's split, it's well worn. So I don't know how long that one's been on there. I can't recall having called an engineer out to replace it before. But yeah, that was a problem with it. It was either slipping, so the machine was working, sort of. So it was going through some kind of cycle, the drum was spinning. But it was slipping, so it wasn't doing its job properly. And then I think what happened is the belt just dropped off and then fell in the bottom. And we've got a lot of rubber debris down there as well, obviously where it's been wearing over a period of time. So this is the thing we need to replace. So generally on the back of these machines you should have an inspection cover which you can take off like this, and then basically you have a big wheel around here which drives the drum. So you might be able to hear the water splashing around. So basically if the belt has failed and jumped off, then your drum's not going to turn. So what we need to do is put the new belt. Let's just grab the new belt. I'll just show you. And the motor here is at the top, as you can see on the video. Sometimes the motors are down the bottom. So either way, the belt will either run this way or it'll run down, if the motor's at the bottom, this way kind of thing. So obviously what you need to do is be very careful so you don't cut yourself inside here. Is just go very slowly and methodically, feed the belt over the motor, and then this is the problem, is putting the belt around the wheel here, the drive wheel, a bit like a chain on your push bike. You can get it around so far, and then it's very hard to put that final bit on without it jumping off. There are a few hacks I've seen on the internet, and I'm going to try one of those hacks which I'm going to show you, and hopefully it will be very easy. So folks, for this hack you're going to need a zip tie, and basically the zip tie is going to hopefully stop the belt from jumping off the big drive wheel which drives the drum. So I'm going to feed the belt in onto the top part of the motor shaft here, and then it is all a bit of a faff, guys, is to then put the belt onto the large wheel and then use a zip tie and just secure it to the wheel, and then we'll spin the motor, spin the drum around, and then when we're at a suitable position I will cut the zip tie off. So let's see if we can do that. Yeah, not much space to work at the back of the machine on here, so just take your time. So just going to secure it onto the main wheel, main drive wheel, with the zip tie. And so this is one of the YouTube's hacks which I've not used, obviously it's the first time I've done this, so hopefully it'll work. And basically that just stops the belt jumping off the wheel as you spin it around. Oops, sorry about nudging the camera. And then I've just got to get the belt and then just feed it onto the drive shaft itself. So happy with that. Make sure the belt's not twisted in any way, shape or form. And then I am just going to rotate the wheel, ensuring that it's still on the shaft. Make sure there's no kinks. And then just rotating it around. Yeah, it's going on, no problem at all. Just making sure you've got no twists and the belt's the correct way all the way around. And then there will come a point where the belt itself will then go onto with a little bit of turning force. There we go. So that's now, I heard it go ping onto the drive wheel. And obviously there come a point where I now can't turn the wheel because of the cable tie. So I'm just going to turn the large wheel down to the 12 o'clock position and then cut that table tie via the inspection hatch. So we'll do that now. So as you can see here, there's the cable tie here. And so we'll just get a sharp knife and cut that off. So I'm just going to rotate the drum from the back here whilst having a good look at the drive belt to make sure it's not moving backwards and forwards on the drive motor shaft, which it's not. It can't jump off there because of the ridges in the drive shaft arm on the belt, so that's not going to go anywhere. A little bit of movement on the backwards and forwards because it's just a flat surface on the wheel, but I'm not unduly fussed about that. It's not going to slip off. There's no twists in the belt. Everything looks pretty good. So I think we just put everything back together, and I think the wife's got a load of towels for me to put in, which would be a good test for the machines. Always a good time whilst you've got the machine out just to give the back of the machine area a good old clean as well. So now that everything's back on, just have another quick look just to make sure you're not snagging anything. Reseat any pipes that you're not sure of. This pipe down here is the water waste outlet. So just going to push the machine back into place again, making sure you're not going to snag any of the cables and the pipes, etc. And that hopefully is 50 quid saved. Yep. So next thing then is to just put the power back on. There we go. It's back on, and I'm going to load the machine with some towels and stuff, chuck them in there and see if I fixed it. So we'll do that now. Right, so the moment of truth then, got a full load in there. And put on G for us, press the go button. Well, there we go, folks. So the drum is now turning. Well, that's it, folks. This machine has done its complete cycle, and yeah, it's spun well. So no water in the bottom of the machine, just pop these into the tumble dryer, and that is as good as new. So yeah, more than happy with that. And the only thing I would maybe suggest is after the first time you've used it, maybe just pull the machine out, take the top panel off and just have a look, make sure that belt is still on properly, and then you are really good to go. Well, that's it, folks. That's the end of the video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it's been of some assistance to you, and you'll save yourself about 50 quid, if not more. And hopefully see you again in the next video, whatever that may be. Take care. See you all soon. Bye.